This is Street Knowledge with Chris Graham.
Welcome to the podcast. Chris Graham and Seth Megginson. We're going to break down the semifinal rounds of the 2018 World Cup. And Seth, interesting, it's pretty much European teams at this stage. Tomorrow, Belgium, France, and then Wednesday we've got England, Croatia. And, South America, the rest of the world, pretty much it's all out of here now at this stage. Maybe first thoughts. I mean, I know we previewed this early on, and then we caught back up a little ways through. How surprised are you with who we have left in this Final Four?
Well, if you recall, back when we gave my World Cup predictions, I actually have one of these matchups right. I said Belgium-France.
Yes.
I actually got that one right. Now, on the other side, I said Spain-Germany, and that was totally wrong. But yeah, I would say it's just been a crazy World Cup. It's been really fun. I've been watching the World Cup since '06. And of the 4 World Cups that I've watched, this is by far the most fun I've had watching it. Very entertaining. You don't know what's going to happen. Russia beating Spain in the round of 16, we haven't got a chance to talk about that. That game just totally shocked me. How Belgium came from behind, being down 2-0 to Japan, ended up winning 3-2. It just feels like you keep watching this World Cup and thinking, okay, well, nothing's going to be as good as what yesterday was, or nothing's going to be as good as last week was. And then yet it just constantly keeps topping it. So it's just been a very fun World Cup to watch, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah, we've had penalty shootouts to decide who advances in the knockout rounds. We've had really late goals. There was that one fast break goal to win a game. I call it a fast break goal to win a game. This has been fun. So yeah, Belgium, France. You had this one all the way. So if you based your pool on what Seth had to say, you're looking pretty good. You got 2 of the Final 4 at least. Going from that realm. Take us through this matchup from what we've seen through this tournament. I think you had France as the team you've been liking since the end of the 2014 World Cup. Are you sticking with France? Has Belgium persuaded you to maybe go in a different direction? Your thoughts?
I'm going to stick with France to win it. I just think that it looks like Mbappe has become the player that's going to take over this World Cup. I know a lot of people might say, what about Harry Kane of England? But I've been more impressed with Mbappe. And it feels like his moment. Like there's a soccer player in each tournament who doesn't necessarily win the whole thing, but it feels like it's his tournament. And I just feel like that this tournament has just been his coming out party. People knew he was good coming into it. But yeah, I still think France is going to win. I'm going to go with them. I'm kind of pulling for Belgium, but I'm going to stick with my original pick in France. It's going to be a very good game though tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 5 or 6 goals scored in that game, just because of the way both teams like to play. They like to press high and really like to be on the offensive side of the ball. And the way that Belgium plays, I think, fits right into what France likes to do. Belgium plays with 3 defenders in the back, and I think that might be a problem with some of the attackers that France has. But you would have thought that would have been a problem with Brazil, and it really didn't bother Belgium at all, so you never really know. So I'm rooting for Belgium, but I think France is going to end up winning this whole thing.
So we'll say that this side of the bracket went chalk because it went the way Seth said it would. Now the other side, I'm not sure. I don't know who would have had this side of the bracket going the way it has. England and Croatia both having to win knockout shootouts on the way to this semifinal. Croatia, breaking the hearts at least maybe if nothing else, Fox, because the host country Russia was still involved through the quarterfinal round. They had a PK shootout, lost to Croatia. England, this is where the sport pretty much originated, and England doesn't have a lot of World Cup success to show for coming up with the sport of football, soccer. But now they're in the semifinals. And I guess collective national angst in England. They pretty much watch World Cups just expecting the bad thing to happen. They just don't know when it's going to happen. So that's England's psyche as far as this goes. So you're going to give us the X's and O's, but there is some psychology to this too. Take us through England-Croatia.
Well, this game, if you had told me this was a semifinal game, I would have just probably laughed at you. I thought Croatia actually had a chance to make a run in this thing. I really did. They have really sound players, as you've seen throughout the tournament. Their midfield is maybe as good as anybody's in the world. England, however, man, they've come into this tournament, and you can tell that there's not the. I mean, there might be like from the fans, but the players themselves, you don't really feel like that they're feeling the pressure. Like they're so young. It's like a different group of English players that they're so young and they're just like embracing everything that it's really worked out for them. Harry Kane has had a great tournament. He's scoring a lot of goals. Now, some of those goals I think are a little bit, it's kind of been evaluated a little too high because a couple of those are penalties and stuff like that. A couple of the goals he scored. But yeah, guys like Jordan Henderson for England. I was going to say Liverpool. That's the club he plays for. Sorry. But yeah, Jordan Henderson for England. He has played very good. He might actually be out of the game on Wednesday against Croatia, which would be bigger than I think people expect. But yeah, with this game, I think it's all going to come down to two factors. One is who can control the ball in the middle of the field, and Croatia definitely has the players to do that. But the other factor is Croatia just got done playing 2 games that went 120 minutes and went to penalties. So you don't know how worn out Croatia is going to be. I think for Croatia to win this game, in the first 20, 30 minutes, Croatia is going to have to score a goal or two, because I think by, the 60th, 70th minute, if they're going to be just exhausted, and I think England could take advantage of that. So if Croatia can get out to a good start and then just kind of hold it for the rest of the game, then I think Croatia will win, but it all depends on that maybe first 20 to 30 minutes. England's got the guys, they've got the attacking ability that they are never out of the game. Raheem Sterling hasn't been having that great of a tournament. I actually have been very disappointed with him, but he's got the speed that can open up space for the rest of the England players. That's why I feel like a lot of the England players have had some success because of him just as a threat on the wing. But yeah, so Croatia's going to have a lot to deal with. But yeah, like I said, first 30 minutes of that game, I think if Croatia can score a goal or two, or at least just hold England level with them, then they might have a chance. But after that, I think it's all England. So I'm going to go with England actually to win this game. I think it's going to be like 2-1 or something like that.
So have you arranged your schedule the next couple of days? That's the hard part for this has been all along. It's been fun too. For me, I've got I work in an office setting, so I've got the TV on in the background. I can have 1.5 eyes on the match and then a half eye on work during these matches. Have you arranged your schedule so that you're able to have some free time the next couple of late mornings, early afternoons?
I say, well, tomorrow I actually have tomorrow free, so I will definitely get to watch the Belgium-France game. As for Wednesday, England-Croatia, I'm going to have to get a little clever, maybe find a way to get on my silent or something like that when I'm supposed to be doing other stuff. But yeah, I say tomorrow I will definitely be able to watch the entire Belgium-France game, whereas Wednesday I'm going to have to be watching kind of in and out at work with England-Croatia. But still, I'm excited. Like I said, this World Cup has been just absolutely fantastic. If you're someone who's never watched soccer or watched the World Cup before, I can't imagine how much you're enjoying this World Cup. Because if you haven't enjoyed this World Cup, then soccer is just not for you. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you that. But yeah, I was gonna say the next 2 days, I'll figure out a way to watch those games somehow, some way.
Yeah, I would say I'm not a doctor. I can write you a note. I'm detecting a little bit like a cough in your voice, maybe a little bit of something there. That might not take effect until Wednesday morning. So, if need be, we'll figure that out. But this has been a fun World Cup. I agree. We talked about this before the World Cup, and actually, I was saying, and a lot of American fans were lamenting, well, there's not, the U.S. isn't in it. Will we even care? And I haven't looked at the ratings to see, but I can just tell you, it's captured me. I'm not a hardcore soccer fan in the sense, football fan like you are, Seth. I know you watch Premier League all year long. You keep up with soccer year round, and I'm not there, but I have become, at least this World Cup, I've definitely appreciated the beauty of the game. I try not to miss the matches when they're playing it, and even if I do, I'm kind of like you. When I'm away, I've got my phone, so the apps work too. So, I bet a lot of American fans have done this. It only kind of speaks to when our country gets back in the World Cup, hopefully for 2022, certainly by 2026. This World Cup has definitely got our attention. The thrilling finishes, the unpredictability. It's been fun. So hopefully the momentum can carry.
Yeah, agreed. And next 4 years, people people need to get on, go to bars, go on TV, go on the internet, whatever they can, support the United States men's team. What I was gonna say, we have a great following, but it can always be better here in the United States. And I just can't wait till 4 years from now when hopefully people will be like, 2018, we didn't have a team in here. We got to come out in full force in 2022 and support the team. So I'm very much looking forward to that, even though it's 4 years away. But yeah, I hope this World Cup turned a lot of American fans or American people's got their attention. They started watching or got more into it, and we'll have maybe more support in the next few years.
Well, let's get Seth back on after these two semifinal matches. We'll get Seth back on to preview the final. But for now, Seth, thanks for your time.
All right, thanks, Chris.